vlogging. Actually, this is one of my very first videos. I did vlog and do a video of what I'm about to show you a couple days ago, but when I went to look at it, I made myself dizzy because I moved too fast. So I thought if I got dizzy, probably somebody else was. So I'm going to try to re-record this, and hopefully you'll be able to, I'll slow down and nobody will get dizzy. I work at a local hospital, and we recently just opened a wellness center. It was in June of 2024, so we've been open almost a year. And part of what we did was a 33-foot growing spaces growing dome greenhouse. And so I have had the pleasure of being one of the head gardeners here. There's 3 of us that kind of do the majority of the work here. And it has been absolutely so much fun. And I live in zone 5B, maybe some people even say 4, because we get super cold winters. And we were able to grow brassicas and harvest things out of here all winter long, which is absolutely amazing for our area. And so we just switched it over for our spring and summer planting. And so we partnered with Paonia Soil out of Paonia, Colorado, through one of their grants they do for nonprofits. And so they gave us a great deal on some of the soil, so we were able to flip some of our beds over with their good soil. But I wanted to just give you a quick tour and let you see what's going on. So I'm going to flip it around and we're just going to have a little chat. All right, so in the middle of our growing dome, we have a 3,000 gallon pond, and it is the thermal mass of our greenhouse. And so I'm going to move you around here. And if you see these right here, this black tubing, this goes around this back side and also on the outer side of our growing dome, and it goes underneath the beds. And so in the winter, it blows the warm air and helps keep the beds warm. And in the summer, it blows the cool air to help keep our beds a little bit cooler. We do have koi, so you can see some of them. We have 11. I've been able to feed them out of my hand, and it's just been a whole lot of fun. This has been probably the steepest learning curve, is learning how to grow in the pond, because we have not ever experienced that. So the goal is, we do have real life stuff here and we have some artificial, but we have to try to keep between 75 and 80% of the pond covered so that it helps prevent algae formation. So we're trying to just grow some things. We had a few plants that didn't survive the winter, but hopefully we'll be getting this mostly covered and get things figured out, and where we can be able to just have water floating plants and pampas grass and different things that we're working on. So it's been a lot of fun. The fish have been fun. They come over here and they hear me talking, thinking that they're going to get fed again. So I'm just going to kind of give you a quick glance of what it looks like. So like I said, it's 33 foot. So those are our 3 kind of, our outer, mid, and then our center bed. We bought a green stock this year and planted strawberries in there, so we just did that on Sunday. And then over on this side we have our herb garden. So we have things like rosemary and lemon, verbena, and Thai basil and lavender and thyme and sage and a bunch of things over there. So I'm going to try to just kind of bring you through. I'm just going to take one kind of step over here to kind of let you see. This is a fig. We planted it mid-June of 2024, and it was probably about a foot tall when we planted it. It actually came from my home, and I just couldn't get it to grow, so I wanted to see what it did here. All of this green and all of these here are all brand new, and this one right there, all brand new from this spring, and the one over on the back side. And I don't know if you can see, but we do have some figs in there. Let me see if I can zoom in. It's kind of hard to see them, but we do, right there. All right, then we have our other bed. Let me just zoom back out here. So we have cilantro planted here. We have peppers. So the growing dome, we've learned, has different microclimates. And so we just have to do a little bit of playing around to see what vegetables do best in what microclimate within the geodome. So last year we planted tomatoes back in here. This is the hottest part of the growing dome, so they struggled a little bit. So we moved them down a little. We did have some right in here last year, so we've got some more tomatoes there. And we just kind of have tomatoes dispersed. We have a couple tomatoes even in our herb bed. But we're checking to see. I've got a bunch of peppers here. They did fairly well where we planted them last year, but I'm just kind of testing to see if they do a little bit better somewhere else. So we've got peppers. We have peppers here. We have celery, nasturtium, and we planted these nasturtiums on this side and then over there because these right here by the trellis are grapes. And we read that grapes and nasturtiums really are great companions together. So we planted those. And I just kind of walk over here and try to be slow about things. I have some sage here, and I like to put the flowers in a salad, and so I've kind of let some of this flower and not clipped it all off, so I've done that on purpose. So we've enjoyed that. And then here's some more peppers. This is where we planted the peppers last year, and they did well. And then we have cucumbers. So last year we had all the cucumbers over this whole trellis. And we planted lemon cucumbers, and I think we probably got 50 to 75, which was good for the first time that we'd ever done it. And then if you look back here in this back portion over here, so all these little plants minus, let's see, when we get to this tomato, all of those we partnered with our local Head Start. They're kiddos ages 3 to 5. We donated the seeds. They started them in their classroom, and then they got to come and plant them in the greenhouse and learn a little bit about growing and what it takes, and been able to watch the seeds. And we talked about good bugs and bad bugs and in the garden. So they'll be able to come. Our greenhouse stays open till about 9 p.m. in the summer months, just because it's too hot to close the door. And so our public can come in here at any time. So these kids will be able to watch their stuff grow and then be able to harvest things off of it. And so just another quick, we got tomatoes, we have peas, we have cowpeas and beans, cauliflower, purple cauliflower over there, broccoli in here. We have an artichoke, and then back behind this grape, I planted okra by seed. And then those over there are white cauliflower. And then we just have a few onions and stuff dispersed. We have some lemon balm and some spearmint in pots so that it doesn't take over. And so that's kind of where we're at. And I just thought that I would share what else I do. This has been an absolute joy to be a part of and to learn how to grow and learn something new. So I'm going to try to do a vlog once a week on the status of the growing dome, because once they start, it just is amazing how quickly things just take off and grow. So again, I am so thankful that you stopped by, and if you enjoyed this video and you want to continue to see some things about the growing dome, I'm also going to be doing some on my farm, because I'm just starting a regenerative flower farm on my property this year, and a micro farm. I'm going to do some vegetables too, and hopefully grow enough to can. I'm just trying to learn a few of the self-sufficient things so that I can maybe cut down on my grocery bill, because it is ridiculous. And then hopefully improve our health along the way when we're knowing what we're putting in our food. So again, my name is Deanne with Blooms and Blessing. If you enjoyed this video and you want to follow along, please subscribe and hit the like button. Again, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.